Who could forget when tight? Alexander. Jake Paul, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio, currently residing in Dorado, Puerto Rico.
This is going to be an intense stare-off before the fight starts.
And now for the official introduction.
This bout is
one of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this. We're expecting an all-action slugfest. So much firepower here. Good counter punching. Just missed with that hook. One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of the people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
A perfect counter shot. They figure out the combination to this safe.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Punch, counter punch. They block the left there. Big whiff with the right hook. Both men step back for just a moment. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Alexander Usyk in that. Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Defense failed them. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. That's another scoring shot. One punch could change everything in this battle. The defense failed them. Alexander Usyk in that last round. That was almost a 10-8. Let's get it started in round 3. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A punch, a receipt is coming right back. That counter shot lands. They block the left there. The perfect counter lands. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Punch and just got countered. Good defense there to stop that hook. Nice counter shot. Good counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. A lot of effort being exerted here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. I promise you. Back at it in round 4. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a counter shot. A perfect counter shot. There's a counter shot. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
And that hook misses. Is going to be the first to go down. Misses with the straight left. Beautiful counter punch. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he throws you down.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk. There's the bell to start round 5. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Defense is not an option for these two. Nice counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. No rest for the weary. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Nice counter punch right up the middle. And he misses with that straight left. His stamina is off the charts. There's a counter shot. Nice counter shot. Catch and shoot. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
As long as they don't get complacent.
And there's the bell for round 6. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Solid punch. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
He prevents that left uppercut from scoring. That's another scoring shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk. And there's the bell for round 7. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. A chance to make history. Disaster averted.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes.
And down goes Jake Paul. And as we watch it again, that punch took the wind out of him and the will to continue.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
So they'll make it up and this fight continues.
Got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to call you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points for losing the round.
As we watch it again, that punch took the wind out of him and the will to continue.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Are you okay?
Let's talk about Alexander Usyk. And they're back at it again here in round 8. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. His stamina. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you continue?
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? That counter punch caught him clean. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.